Hey guys, hanging out in Pennsylvania at the Covenant Terminal in Allentown. So the other day on Facebook, in the Accidental Trucker page, I asked, what does the term super trucker mean to you? So I thought I would answer it in a video, and I've got a list here, so I'm going to be looking over. Took a few notes, didn't want to miss anything. So the first thing is attitude. Super truckers have a certain attitude that most people would just say, hey, it's redneck. I'm not talking about these country boys. You can tell from my accent. I was very much raised in the country, and that in itself has a certain kind of old school set of values. Your word is your bond. You look a man in the eye, you shake their hand, and you mean what you say. But I'm talking about that, presentation of that's how you are, but in all honesty, you're just out for yourself, and that is all that it's about. And they'll stab you in the back. And I say redneck, but it doesn't matter what your heritage is, what your race is, what color you are. There's rednecks of every color, and it's all about me. I'm gonna get this done. I'm gonna make this money for me. On and on and on and on, and screw the next guy. I've got this trailer that's got a bald tire with a nail in it and leaking seals. I could have this thing fixed, but you know what? There's not any way stations between here and the drop, so I'm not really worried about it. I'll just go drop it off, and somebody else can deal with it later. That kind of stuff. Who cares about the next guy? I'm going to make my money, and that's it. And that's, have I done that? Sure. Everybody has done that at one point or another. But do I make a habit of it? No. I did it once, felt bad about it, and I won't do it again. At least I would like to think that I won't do it again. Floating gears, that's a super trucker thing. Not that if you do that it makes you a super trucker, but I was sitting at a truck stop out in California as a TA, me and my co-driver when I was with Covenant, and this old man come up. He had been a driver for years and years and years. I mean, he was probably 68, 70 years old and started driving back when he was, 22, I think he said, after he got out of the service. And, the first thing he does is sit down and ask if we're drivers. And my co-driver's like, no, we're not. And the reason he did it is because he wanted to hear what he had to say and see how big of how big the fish were in his story. So anyway, he started telling his story about his old Pete, and 13 speed 411 rear end, and on and on and on and on and on and on. And he said, well, you boys don't know, but I do what they call floating, so I can get on down the highway. Super truckers tend to make a big deal about floating gears. Newsflash, it's not hard. I can float gears, I can double clutch, I can single clutch. And it's just not that big of a deal. Back in the day, it was. Back when things were mechanical, and it was a little bit trickier from what I hear. I don't know. I didn't drive a truck back then. But nowadays, anybody can learn to float gears in about 10 seconds. If all you have to do is somebody say, hey, do it this way, you do it that way, boom, you got it. It takes 10 seconds to learn how to do it. Takes a little bit longer to perfect it, but not that much longer. So, attitude, floating gears. The third one is speed. Now, it's our job to get things moved, get it moved quickly and safely, and our money is based off of that. So the quicker we can get somewhere and get that dropped and get to the next load, we may end up getting 1 or 2, maybe even 3 extra loads a week. The faster we can get it done, which that's the more money we're going to make, obviously. But there is an extent to that in which it's just dangerous. I was talking to a guy that told me, I've been 120 miles an hour in a truck loaded down at 80,000 or 86,000 pounds. So it's 6,000 pounds overweight and flying 120 miles an hour. Sounds like a big fish story to me. I don't know. I hope he wasn't telling the truth. But if he was, he's an idiot. And that's just my opinion. But flying by people going down some of these passes out in Washington, California, Donner's Pass, Cabbage, even the Gorge on the East Coast. You get around Tennessee, Virginia, some of these hills. They're not like out west, but they're not exactly that fun either for new drivers. And even some of the experienced drivers I've heard talk about them as a newbie. They'll tell me, hey, I wouldn't just say this to anybody, but I hate this stuff. It's dangerous. I'm used to doing it. I know how to do it safely. But the main thing that bothers them, super truckers. They're handling their business at a safe speed, and here comes somebody flying by. The wind shear push you out of the way, and for some reason, every time I've been over Cabbage or the Gorge, it's raining or snowing or icy conditions, and here comes somebody, and I'm not going to say necessarily who it is, but one particular company out there that pulls doubles and triples, and that is a very large residential delivery company, and their primary color is not brown with a gold shield. They come flying by, and at high rates of speeds. And with those doubles, there's not the off tracking that a 53-foot box is going to do behind you, but it's dangerous and inconsiderate and rude, which goes back into the attitude part of super truckers. It's all about them. The last thing, safety. They don't care about safety. They care about making money. And I have a wife to get home to. I have family that care about me, brothers, sisters, mom, dad, nephews, nieces, some friends. And these people don't want to see me get hurt. And Covenant, when I was over there around Christmas, had these ornaments laying out on a table, and they say, take a magic marker, write your name on it. Heard people making fun of these, which, big companies do a lot of these silly little things, and they are kind of laughable at times. But if you drop the attitude and you really stop to think, it says Covenant Transport Safety equals everybody, and then you take the marker and you write your kids' names or whoever you want to be safe for, whoever it is that makes you want to come in off the road and spend that home time. And for me, it was my wife, because that's who I go home to. Granted, all these other people, my family is very important to me. She's the one that I come in off the road for. So anyway, I saw that and I thought, Christmas is over. It was hanging on the tree. They were about to take them down. I asked somebody, hey, you care if I grab mine? I want to hang it up in my truck. Some companies ask their drivers to put a picture up of their family members. That reminds them to be safe. If you don't know what you're backing into, get out and look. It's on all the, a lot of companies have it on the mirrors. Goal, Goal, get out and look. And no, I've been driving for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever. I don't need to get out and look. I know exactly where my trailer is. That's probably true, but the attitude of thinking that you're too good to do it, that's another thing. Or making fun of people for doing it. I've been backing up, had a rough time getting started. Some days I still have a rough time throwing this thing in a parking space or in a dock bay. But I've had people sit there and watch me struggle, knowing I needed a spotter. It was obvious I was a rookie, and they just want to stand there and laugh, instead of getting out and helping. And Ike Stevens, who is another YouTuber, those of you that watch my videos that are truck drivers know exactly who he is probably, and if you don't, you should know. He's got a lot of good stuff out there. He's got a group called Super Truckers of America, which is not what I'm talking about. That group is about unity in the industry and helping each other out, and a very positive group, which is why I bring it up. He posted a video about experienced drivers helping out rookies and parking in those spaces that are tight, that are, if you pull into a lot and you've got a big open space, 3 spaces, 4 spaces, and then down here you've got 1 space. You're the experienced driver. If you can, put it in that dock door or that parking space that has a couple of trailers beside it, and leave that big wide open space for the other driver. Or if there's an easy pull through spot, leave it for the rookie driver. Stuff like that. Helping each other out. That's what it's about. And I've had some guys actually help me, and I'm very thankful for them, that didn't just stand there and laugh or wait to blow their horn when I got too close, what they felt was too close to their truck. The 2 times it's happened, one guy was about 20 feet away from it, and he was just being a jackass. But the other guy was about 5 feet from it, and I was already stopped. I'd changed gears. I was pulling back forward, doing a pull-up to get it in the hole, and I was right on it. But 5 feet away, understandably, he was concerned. And on that, I know I was 5 feet away because I got out and looked already, but I walked around the far side and he didn't see me get out and look and check it out. So and I saw him inside, and he kind of smarted off to, you almost hit my truck out there. I was like, well, no, I got out and looked. You just didn't see me. But that's why the truck was parked for like 2 or 3 minutes. I wasn't trying to figure out how to get the truck in gear. And I say it would have been pretty helpful if you would have got out and spotted me on that. He's like, well, no, everybody's got to learn on their own. If you ain't got no experience until you back up into a couple of other trucks or trailers. Really? Okay. But anyway, so attitude. If you hear one talking about, float them gears, man, you automatically know probably going to be a super trucker. Speed and flying by people, riding up on their bumper, which rolls right into safety. And they just don't care, because they're too busy thinking about themselves and the money that they need to be making. Which every time I see a mile marker, boom, there's a dollar sign. Every mile marker, it's important to me too. And I'm going to run as long as I can and as fast as I can, legally, and with what my little company truck here will do. But I'm going to be safe about it. I'm not going to break all those laws and all that. And why? It's not because I can't. It's not because I'm scared to. It's because I know that there are lives on the line. And I was in a wreck several years ago with a guy staring me right in the eyes as he pulled out in front of me, and I T-boned him. I was doing 55, 60 miles an hour, and his wife had just left him, and he was trying to commit suicide. And he got injured pretty bad. I got injured pretty bad. Luckily, nothing physically debilitating on my part, but even though it was his fault, it's still not a very good feeling when that first happened. So anyway, I'm just going to throw this out there. I'm not going to edit it. Sorry for all the ums and what and whatnot. But anyway, thanks for watching. Remember, like, share, subscribe. If you haven't checked out Ike, then I highly recommend it. He's got some good stuff out there. And if you are a rookie, an experienced driver, getting into the business, not even a rookie yet, he made a call out for some retired guys to join, to tell their story and help with the unity of the industry. Get on Super Truckers of America, STA, on Facebook. It's a great page, great people there, and there's not any racism on there, no prejudice, only inspiration. So check it out, and thanks for watching. And again, I know I already said it, but please make sure that you like, share, subscribe.